Welcome back to our daily message from our divine compassionate guides. My name is Julianne Duffy. Thank you once again for joining me. My purpose is to live, speak, and seek the truth in all forms to help reconnect humanity to its highest form of authenticity. Thank you so much for joining me. My purpose and intention when I pull these messages is that these messages will help heal and serve you in the most appropriate way. Now, what's come up recently, actually today for myself, is am I living my true life's purpose? Am I doing what I need to do? So I ask the questions for all of us on, are we living our purpose? So if you've come across this video, this is the message for you. Are you living your purpose? And I did a 4-card poll, as you can see. So we're going to find out what we are seeing, what we're not seeing, the possible outcome, and then of course what the divine guides recommend we do and what actions we are being called to take. So let's find out, are we living our purpose? What can the guides give us for advice as we go forward this week, next week, and into the next future, not this future, the next future, into the future. So let's start with the first one. So again, this is the message on what we are seeing. Oh, what a beautiful card. And I forgot to mention at the beginning, these are the Sacred Spirit Reading cards by Anna Stark. And our first part of this message of what we're seeing, living light energy, see the beauty in life. So there's many of us that are doing this work. We see the beauty in the life. I feel like that's clearly what it's telling us, is we see the beauty. And it's suggesting also that we spend time in nature. So if you haven't started doing your garden or you're not doing anything, if you're up in the northern hemisphere as we're coming into the end of spring, into summer, get out into nature. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, your weather's usually pretty good, get out as well. What this says is understanding that everything is energy, the air we breathe, the elements, emotions, sounds, animals, peoples, or thoughts. All of this is energy. Living light energy is positively charged and full of physical life, radiating its permanence throughout the universe. Cosmic and earthly energy is all living light energy as it stems from the celestial light source. That is quite a mouthful. All of creation and the cosmic Big Bang. So really what this is we need to open ourselves up to receiving the light energy. And we just need to have an open heart and mind. And this will help us balance and harmonize with the universal flow and the divine source that is everything. So right now we have discovered or are reuniting a passion for things like crystals, gemstones, water gardens, hiking, gardening. Interesting, I mentioned that because it brings up gardening, intuitive things, maybe you're doing some card pulling, any of these things. We're rediscovering them right now. And we can see the beauty in the life by rediscovering these natural abilities that we have. Simplicity of nature and its divine elegance will encourage you to reset your mind in the present moment. So that's really what we're starting with here. So what we're seeing is that we are resetting our mind. We are starting to do things that are more in alignment with with nature, with our natural abilities, with the living light energy and in that energy system. So that's what we are seeing. We're doing that. Are we living this purpose though, right? So we might be seeing that we're doing this. We're starting to take those actions. We're getting out more in nature. We're connecting with this beautiful light energy. What we're not seeing, let's look at that. What are we not seeing as we're going through this process? We're not seeing that we are spiritually evolving and that it is our time to set our heart free. That is part of this. So we might be seeing that we're doing some of this stuff, but maybe we're not feeling or really aware of how much we are spiritually evolving through doing this type of work. Because, it's one of those things that I can even resonate with myself. It's a lot of work. You're consistently doing things like today for myself, because all I can ever really compare to is myself. So this is not about me. I pull these cards for the collective, for anyone that comes across this message, but I can share my own experiences. And part of it is feeling frustrated in this realm. I feel very frustrated that the skills and the abilities that I have are not really appreciated by the cult Sure, I have. I've saved seeds. I was so impressed with myself that I saved corn seeds from the corn I grew last year, and they're starting to sprout. And I was so impressed because all my seeds that I started are sprouting faster than any of the store-bought seeds. I saved pea seeds. They are coming up faster than the store-bought peas. I saved sunflower seeds, and they're coming up. So it's this thing that really financially, the things that I'm intuitively, inherently good at do not really pay off. Unfortunately, like I love doing these card readings and I feel like they're very intuitive and they really do assist those that come across them, but it's not a huge financial payoff. I teach yoga classes. Again, I make a decent part-time income for the, one or two classes you do in a week. But again, it's not really where the emphasis goes. Our culture likes to really financially support things like being an accountant, working a desk job, being in customer service. Those things make you money. Doing the things that are in your spiritual evolution don't seem as much like we're creating as much currency, even if we're doing all we can, believing we're abundant and creating that abundance. It's not, we're going through this time where I feel like that's all going to really change. And then these inherent things and skills that I've had, that many of you that are coming to cross this message have and are very good and in tune with, we will get the acknowledgement we need, but we have to acknowledge ourselves first. And so really, we are seeing that we're doing the work. We're going through the beauty of the life. We're getting more in tune with the energies and the nature. And what we're not seeing is that we are really spiritually evolving. That is part of this process. And this is the most important part, is that we are evolving. We are going through, our evolution of, are we living our life's purpose? We are. We are. We're going through this process of going through our life's purpose. And this also talks about not only setting your heart free, forgiveness and compassion is needed now. So maybe forgiving ourselves, other people around us, and being more compassionate is also what we need to keep in mind. Because I and fair enough, I can get very frustrated and angry that people don't see the value. They value the cheap, easy food. They value, stuff that turns them off and isn't really of true value. Sitting and doing, as my husband would say, doom scrolling, watching useless content. And a lot of it, okay, fair enough, if it's some humorous and it makes you laugh, that's great. But majority of it is just useless content that we're just scrolling through and wasting our life, right? So we have to forgive ourselves and have compassion for those too that maybe we struggle with through this spiritual evolution. Like a caterpillar to a butterfly, individuals must go through their own transformation if they wish to excel, achieve, or move forward in life. Seeking something better in the future requires a little faith in yourself. You can't always have everything straight away. Long-lasting success takes time to build. So we are living our purpose. But again, we have to patience. I feel like this is really just telling us patience at this point. We are evolving, and it's a time, and we have to keep working, doing those little things, whether it's planting those seeds, right? Like the seeds don't come up immediately. It takes a number of days or a number of weeks for them to finally start to sprout, right? And then it still has to grow and continue to grow. And it can take months and months for it to come to full bloom, right? And that's the same thing we need to remember as we're going through this and living our purpose and doing our purposeful work. Now, as we jump to the third card, what is our possible outcome? What is the outcome that we are going forward, and the possible outcome? We are going to lead the way. Light your own path. We are the leaders. We are the leaders of this new world, and we have to light our own path, and we have to be our own, right off the bat, I'm going to take that we have to be our own spiritual cheerleaders. And, if we're looking outside ourselves, that would be part of my frustration, is wanting to be acknowledged and appreciated in the normie land of people that are doing the mundane and are living in this matrix and not really spiritually evolving. Well, I'm looking the wrong place, right? So we have to light our own path. We have to lead our own way. We have to be these individuals that are bringing the light to this realm. So listen to yourself, light your own path. Previously, you may have been or appeared naive or innocent. This has created a vulnerable situation where you have not been able to fully comprehend your environment or the true intentions of others. In life, facing potential threats or confrontation is necessary and sometimes something we can't always avoid. So, like a deer, we may instinctively react, choosing to run away from our problems. However, this will not help our situation improve. So, right now, we're being encouraged to strongly listen to our base instincts. Now, of course, our gut instincts are super important, but we still have to use that logic, right? So don't forget the logic does have a part to play. And I wanted to point that out because my astrologer has mentioned right now is a time that we can't only do gut. It's got to have some sustenance behind it. So, yeah, we still want to follow our intuition, our gut instincts, but we also want to see that there is an actual pattern and that it's actually being supported, just like growing stuff. I'm seeing things start to roll out. It is supporting and encouraging me to continue seed saving, as a basic example, right? So, what does your gut tell you about the situation? It's also to be alert. Again, don't let down the other senses. Currently, personality conflicts are strong and the potential to cause emotional distress, and you must decide how you choose to approach. Do you need to face this person or can you remove yourself from the situation? Like the deer totem, you may need to hold a torch to others and be guided down positive paths in a direction that was previously hidden. It's important to assist others when they do not have the light to guide them. Instinctively, you must learn to accept the changes in life and run peacefully with the flow of the universe. So that's it. Our possible outcome is that we really need to be those leaders. And we have to be able to show other people and like the other path. And again, listen to the gut, but don't be naive. Also watch the situation, right? And that both the situation and the logic with your gut instinct working together. And that is, I feel like that it really is our outcome. It says a possible outcome, but that is the outcome. Is as we're going through this, living our purpose, we are connected to nature. We're connected to that beautiful living energy light. We are evolving and we are going to be called to lead the way as the new comes in, as the new spiritual, not that we're better than anybody else, but spiritual guides to help assist the normies, the ones that were accountants, the ones that work these day 9 to 5 jobs that maybe weren't really purposeful, because we've been working on our purpose and we're leading the way through this purposeful life. As also my astrologer says, like 99% of jobs are going to be disappearing. Artificial intelligence can take over pretty much everyone's job. Everything from being an accountant to like, even tills. There's like very few service jobs left anymore, right? Like being replaced by self-checkouts or automation. So there's not even going to be humans for that. So many things are going to become non-existent through this process. And it's going to be the spiritual evolution to have that purpose of where we're going to go. And then the last part is, what actions are we being called to take as we go through this process? Ground your light. Let your soul shine. Oh, that perfect. Like, we are going to lead the way, and part of that, of what we're being advised, is obviously we need to ground. We need to become that stable, grounded spiritual being, letting our light and our spirituality shine, that we will attract and believing to, that we are going to attract the people that we are here to help heal and serve in the most appropriate ways. Shine your light on the world and let your soul shine. Currently, you may be feeling sluggish, unmotivated, and energetically flat. Your energy is distributed, I can say that, across different areas of interest, and therefore it is making you weaker. Pay close attention to how your body reacts around certain people, places, and situations. It is up to you to develop healthy personal and physical boundaries. And right now, you need to ground your own light. Come back to your heart space, center yourself in the present moment. Make yourself consciously aware of your breathing. Is it slow? Is it fast? Is it intermittent? Integrate your physical space, your physical body, and your positive charge by grounding your new and current experiences with breath work. Bringing in new light energy through your crown and anchoring it to your sacred self through the earth chakras will assist in the grounding process. And more importantly, don't give your power to anyone to dim your light. You are a lighthouse, and deserve to shine your light across the night. So we're being guided and called to become more aware of our light, ground ourselves here, remember and keep our focus, because that's how we're going to be able to lead the way, how we're going to spiritually evolve, and it's going to assist us with connecting with this beautiful light energy and living within this beautiful light energy and this new energy that is coming for all of us in humanity. So are you living your purpose? You are. You are clearly you living your purpose, but remember, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. We got to keep going through it, keep ourselves in that lightheartedness. And when we're feeling disconnected, this is my advice to even myself, go and take some moment, take some deep breaths, get yourself centered, because that's going to assist us so we can lead the path and be these light spiritual beings living our purpose and being rewarded through it, because it's going to take time, but this shift is happening, and the ways in which you are special and those skills and talents you have that may not be fully recognized by our culture now will soon be recognized as being very important as we go forward. We're going to need all those spiritual leaders leading the way as these times change. I intend this message helps, heals, and serves you today. And if you have not, please do subscribe to stay up to date with all of my messages. And until the next one, which will be tomorrow, have a beautiful day. Namaste.